The sports psychologist serves as a support personnel for coaches and athletes, along with many other people, physiotherapist, massage therapist, medical doctor. So we're members of the sports medicine team. So in cooperation with all of these people, and especially the coaches and athletes, sports psychology can help prepare athletes for competition in a better way, because it adds a dimension to their training systematically where they can prepare their minds with their bodies to be as mentally tough as possible for some of the most important competitions in their life. I have the utmost respect for coaches. Coaches, as I said this morning in our time together, coaches are in a noble profession. They spend their entire lives helping other people become the best that they can be. I've found that coaches who are open to sports psychology are the ones who are always looking for the best for their athlete. Whatever might help their athlete become the best they can be, the coach is open to. So if the coach believes in what you do and believes that you can help his or her athletes, they'll cooperate with you every time. I have the greatest respect for coaches. When I'm asked to consult with coaches, the first thing I want to know from them is what do they want? What role do they see me playing with their team? Because when you come into the life of the coach and the athlete, they're already established. They already have a relationship. So basically, I want to listen to them very much and find out what is it that you see me helping you do in addition to what you're already doing well. The second thing I want to do is explain to coaches what I can do and what I can't do, so they understand exactly what my role is as a sports psychologist. The third thing I want to do is make sure they're not afraid of the things that I'm going to do. So there's good cooperation between me and the coach, because if there's good cooperation between the sports psychologist and the coach, this will transfer to the athletes much better. And the last thing I do is tell the coaches a timeline. In other words, what they might expect in the work that I do. So it's realistic with them, that I don't have any quick fixes. This is a training that's going to take some time. And so our work together will have its fruits over a longer period of time and stay with the athletes for the entire careers. What I'm really trying to do is put myself out of a job. And when I say this, people laugh because they go, why would you ever put yourself out of a job? But what I really mean by this is, I'm there to help the coaches and athletes become the best they can be. But once they get to a point, they have to do it themselves. The athlete has to be able to compete by him or herself. So they just take the tools. If you say, I give them a toolbox of skills to use, then they pick the tools that they need, and then they use them exactly when they need them. And they really don't need me there then at that time. They already have the tools to be ready to be used. Sure, if the coach for some reason has a bad attitude or a wrong perception, I guess, about sports psychology, this is the difficulty. I guess at that point I just try to convince the coach of what I'm trying to do. Again, what I said about what do I do when I meet the coach the first time. If I do that, most of the time I can be successful with coaches. The only time you ever have a problem is if there's a big misunderstanding about what you do and what you don't do, and if there's some fear of the coach that isn't dealt with. As long as you have open communication, most of the time it works out very well. Yeah, I mean, athletes can be successful without the help of a sports psychologist. They learn it on their own. They learn it through reading books. They learn it through trial and error. They learn it in many possible ways. But I think the advantage of working with a sports psychologist is they learn it faster and in a more systematic way, so that they don't have to wait so long. They can learn from the sports psychologist and then put these skills into applications quicker. One of them, I have so many it's hard to pick just one, but I guess I'll pick the one of of an athlete who was a 5-time Olympian. And this athlete is Todd Lodwick. I don't have a problem saying his name because it's a well-known story. And in Nordic combined skiing, he had won many things in his career except an Olympic medal. And Todd and I met in November of 2007 and started to work together along with the whole Nordic combined team and the coaches. And Todd came out of retirement to try to win an Olympic medal. He worked very, very hard. He started from the bottom and worked his way all the way back up to make the team. And he was 33, 34 years old at the time. He did finally win an Olympic silver medal in the 4x5 relay in Nordic combined skiing. And to me, that was a very important thing to watch him be able to achieve a goal that he had had for his entire life. I don't know. That's an interesting finding. I think it shows that it's important to reach a goal that you've set, which obviously may be the gold medal, or, it may be the highest medal. But if you reach a medal at all, you're the third best in the world, and the third best in the world is pretty darn good. So I think this is why the worst position to be in, I know, is fourth. If you're fourth, you just missed the medal. Someday, I think it's an interesting study. We should look at the people who have finished fourth and see what happened with those guys, because this is a very bad position to be in. So I think it's because you did make it to the medal stand, and it's all Olympians have this goal in mind, to be on the podium at the Olympic Games. That's a great question. I don't have any regrets. I've lived my life in exactly the way that I've enjoyed living it. I've made some mistakes, but I've learned from them. My wish to myself would be that I would just continue to enjoy my career for many years to come.